Hello, viewers, and welcome to part 2 of ranking every single shiny Pokemon from Gen 1 to Gen 8. If you guys missed part 1, it'll be up in the cards, down in the description below, or you can just go back through our channel and find part 1. We're going through and ranking every single shiny Pokemon, including variants, different forms, all that great stuff. So hopefully you guys are excited. If you want to see a quick view of the list so far, there it is. There's the list. I'm just going to go through it quickly and bye. Okay, that's all you get to see. Okay, good, bye. We always try to explain why some of these shiny Pokemon are where they are, what our thoughts about them are, and that's pretty much the gist of it. Let me go ahead and put on some good background music. Thanks to Glitch City for the background music, and let's just keep on moving forward. It's coming out the thing and not my headphones. There it goes. Alrighty, let's continue this list. First and foremost in Gen 2 is Chikorita. By the way, we're doing these in generational order. So part 1 was Gen 1, part 2 will be Gen 2, so on and so forth. There might be a few exceptions to the rules where we'll combine generations together, but for the most part, we're going to try to do this in generational order. At the end, we'll have an overall recap of everything, and then go from there, just like we did when we ranked every single Pokemon ever. So, let's go ahead and grab little Chikorita here. Nice little brown pear looking thing here. It's a noticeable shiny, so that's always a good start, but it's not the best looking shiny, so I'm going to say it's like right there below Golbat. Meganium, I don't like the pink on, or not Meganium, sorry, Bayleaf. I don't like the pink on Bayleaf, to be honest with you. Really, I think honestly it's about right there, right around Tauros range. Meganium gets a nice little off-green coloring. The flower is a nice different shade. But again, it's not the best looking shiny in the world. I like it a bit more than Venusaur for sure. Really, I think it's going to go like right there. Cyndaquil, freaking love Cyndaquil. Although it's shiny, I wish it had a little bit more changes. Maybe something with the fire, give it like blue fire, but no, just, generic little Cyndaquil, just different coloring, like a slightly more brown coloration on him. He's cute, so he gets cute points, but yeah, not much. Same with Kalava. Kalava actually looks a little bit better in the shiny form than the other two do. So he gets a little bit more style points, but again, it's not going to, like, win him any awards here. Next up, we got Typhlosion, which, again, I wish had a little bit more changes, and, yeah, that's pretty much going to be the gist of it. He's going to go about right... Honestly, that's a good spot right there. Alright, next we got Totodile. That's kind of like isn't he like a greenish color or something like that? I thought he was a different color than what I'm seeing here. I'm gonna, I can always fact check some of these. Because I swear Totodile is like a greenish color, and this looks blue to me. I don't know. I thought he was like green. I have a shiny Totodile in Pokemon Go, so that's what I'm looking up really quick, is what Totodile looks like really quick. So if I go to shiny, Johto, yeah, it's like an off-green. I guess it's kind of close, but it's definitely more of a greenish color. But either way, I'm going to, I guess, go by the sprites that I see here. Totodile, a little bit better than the other two, for sure. I think goes right here above Chansey. Croconaw, really feel like these are not in their shiny forms, but again, we're just kind of working with what we see. Feraligatr I know looks pretty nice, and I like Feraligatr a lot. I think he's going to go just here above Mewtwo. Alright, Centret, it's like a goldish color. Noticeable-ish shiny, so it gets points right there. Furret, which is pink. And this pink actually works really well on Furret. Makes him look super adorable. And I like Furret a little bit. So he's going to go right above Haunter here, in my personal opinion. Hoodoo is a nice shade of gold. Really stands out on Hoodoo, this shiny form. I think he's going to go... I'm just trying to like compare and contrast. Oh, right there. Alright, and then we got Noctowl, which is also a gold, but this one just doesn't look as good as it does on Hoothoot for some reason. I know it's all in the anime and blah 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 whatever else. It just doesn't do it for me. Ladybug, which is also yellow, a lot of yellow shinies in Gen 2. I don't know if I think it's still the palette swap back then, so must have been a lot of whatever, red Pokemon. Ladian looks a little bit nicer in the yellow, but again, really not doing much for him. Spinarak, which is a nice shade of blue, actually. Very interesting shade here. I think it goes right here. Ariados, I think it's like blue pincer looking things. I don't know if I think the body changes color too, doesn't it? It's definitely a noticeable shiny. Crobat, I do actually like this pink a little bit. I just wish it was a little bit better with the wings. It's not terrible, but it's not great either. Lantern gets like green, or Chinchou, sorry, not Lantern, gets green antenna, and it's like a slightly brighter blue. And then Shucky's like a purple color. I wish they just kept the green on his antenna. That would have been probably the best bet, but this purple actually looks pretty decently on him. Pichu is going to be kind of like Pikachu here. Not a noticeable change. I mean, it's okay, it's noticeable, but not like super big. But Pichu's adorable, so. Cleffa. Not really a lot of super big love for Cleffa. She is cute, but just like these other ones here, just kind of meh. Alright, next is Igglybuff, which barely has any change at all, kind of like Gengar. But I think I still put it above you. Togepi, all it does is change pattern. So the blues are red and reds are blues. That's really the only change. I wish they changed a little bit more on its head, but I mean, I guess it has a change, but it's not like extremely noticeable. Togetic, which I like a little less than Togepi. Togepi's just a little bit cuter. Natu, I think, is also like a goldish color. Orange gold, it looks like. I think go right here below Staryu. Noctowl looks pretty good with the orange and whatever, but again, not like super crazy. Mareep's pink is super adorable. It works really well on Mareep. I think honestly it's gonna go right about there. And then Flaffy, it doesn't do as great with, but still not horrible. And then Ampharos Mega Form looks sick and a shiny. Wish the hair did a little bit something more, but I do like the blue accents, the pink of you. Very, very solid shiny for sure. Kind of just like comparing here, maybe like right here. And regular Ampharos being pink as well is cute. I definitely prefer the Mega one. It's not horrible. It's a good shade of pink for this Pokemon, but again, just wish it had a little bit more going on. Blossom is purple on top, and then I think the leaves are a different color. So noticeable shiny, but again, not great. Meryl, which is green. I love Meryl. Freaking love Meryl. prefer the blue, obviously, than green, but this is a noticeable shiny, and Meryl is one of my favorite Gen 2 Pokemon, so it automatically gets points for that. Really, I think it goes right there. Love Meryl. Azurill, which is a nice shade of gold. This shade of gold or yellow or whatever you want to call it is like perfect on this Pokemon for some reason. It just works really well, and although I hate Azurill more than Meryl, the shiny I like a lot more. Alright, next we got Sudowoodo, who's got like pink leaves and a green stump. Is it still called a stump? Not the fan of this coloration, but at the same point, it is there. So, Politoed, this blue looks amazing on Politoed. This blue shade is always just a good solid bet. I really like this shade of blue. Just not, I guess, big, whatever, Politoed leather. Hoppip, which is fully green for whatever reason. Hoppip, which is pretty noticeable, I think can go right there. Skiploom, which is a good shade of pink, works pretty well on Skiploom. A little bit better than Hoppip, but again, nothing crazy of a mon. And then the last of the evolution line is Jumpluff, which actually I think honestly did a little bit worse for some reason. I don't know why, it just didn't work for Jumpluff as well as it did the other ones. Apom, which is a nice shade of pink. It's not horrible, but I think there could have been some other colorations that it could have gone for here. Sunkern's like a goldish thing. It's hard for me to notice it on Go, whether it was shiny or not, but it is apparently like a darker gold than its normal coloration. And some Flora's got like a brown body. I don't really necessarily care too much for this shiny. So it's gonna go down there. Yanma looks awesome with this blue and green coloration. These two color combos worked really well on this Pokemon. Wooper's pink works really well on him as well. Makes him look a little bit less derpy and a little bit more cute, honestly, when he's in this pink form. Like it just a tad more than Shelter. Quagsire, however, I don't know. I like the blue. I like the derp. I like the derp a little bit more, to be honest. Espeon, I do like this shiny a lot. Nice lime green. This green works really well for some reason on Espeon. Really, I think it's gonna go up there a bit, about right there. Umbreon, which is one of the nicest shinies ever. I think if I had to complain about it in AOA, I guess it's the black obviously doesn't change, but this midnight blue on this shiny is just, I don't know, it's good. Espeon's obviously a way more noticeable change, but again, can't argue with Umbreon. Murkrow, which is a pink coloring. Really don't care too much for Murkrow. The shiny's not bad though, so it's going to get some points for not looking terrible, but I'm just trying to figure out where it's going to fall. I think it's going to fall right here under Mega Aerodactyl. Galarian Slowking, which I think just the scarf is really all that changed colors. I wish the thing still got that golden brown color. So again, not super noticeable. Galarian, our regular Slowking, which has a blue scarf instead of the, I think it's red normally. Again, wish I had a little bit more going on, but again, not a horrible looking shiny. I do like that shade of blue a little bit. Some good shades of blue in Gen 2, it looks like. Misdreavus is not the best looking shiny, to be honest with you. That green is not a good green for it. Just didn't work it out. Unknown, any of the unknowns being blue works out. Honestly, if I had to pick my favorite unknown, I don't actually know what my favorite unknown is. Probably the one that looks like the wheel from Mario Kart. It's probably my favorite unknown form. But yeah, this is just a nice color shiny. Obviously, unknown's not going to do much in the long run. Wobbuffet, either form, male or female. Look, we're both pink with sometimes pink lipstick. Not a bad, very noticeable shiny. I'm going to put it just below Slowking here. Actually, I wanted to above Nidorita, though. Girafarig, which is a nice blue on its nose and its back. And I think a slightly darker yellow. Actually looks really nice in this form. Looks a little bit more giraffe-like when it's in its shiny form. Pineco, which is a good shade of gold. She was a little bit brighter, but at the same point, can't be too picky. And then we got Fortress, which just didn't work in a shiny either. I think he's honestly going to go right there. Dunsparce, which is pink. Very good looking shiny. Not very, very good, but good, definitely. Gligar, which is a good shade of blue. I think, honestly, you go right about there, just because it's a Gligar. Steelix, I don't know. It wants to be epic, but I just don't know about this shade of yellow. I just don't think this shade of yellow worked for him at all. It looks a little, I don't know which one looks better. What about honestly, yeah, I think actually that one does look better. Now that I see it side by side more so. Snubbull being blue, Snubbull just has the problem of just not looking the greatest. But this blue at least is noticeable, so I gotta give that some kind of props, but yeah. Gramble doesn't change much, so he's gonna go there. Quillfish being pink is a good shiny. Really, I mean, it's just a Quillfish, so this is Mega Scizor being completely green. Looks really nice. I wish the wings still got that pink tint. I would have probably raised it up even higher than where it's going to land here, but it's still not a bad shiny. And then regular Scizor definitely won over Mega Scizor. Those pink wings are perfect. The green tint's perfect. Just good nod to Scyther here. Shuckle's blue is an amazing blue. I love Shuckle's shiny. Like it a lot. Next up is Mega Heracross, which is a very interesting shade of pink for sure. But again, noticeable, good shiny. And then regular Heracross being pink is also a good win. Probably other color choices I could have seen as well working out, but Sneasel's an amazing looking shiny. Both forms, male and female, both have that pink shiny coloration, so this one's a very good noticeable shiny. Teddiursa is like green. This green didn't work too well on Teddiursa. It's better than some of these greens here, but not my favorite green. Ursaring looks like a good green. Like, I wish Teddiursa had a little bit more of this green, and then it would have been a little bit of a higher pick, honestly. Next up is Mr. Slugma, who's kind of like a grayish, pinkish, purple. I don't even know what color to call this thing. I just like the color. A cargo going pink makes the back of him look awesome. The front, I'm not the biggest fan of, but the shell looks really good in the shiny form. Swinub, which is green. It's not the greatest shade of green, but it's better than some of these other ugly greens. And then Piloswine being gold works out for him decently, especially when it's in this sprite. It looks actually pretty good. Galarian Corsola doesn't really change much, so it's going to go right there. Regular Corsa's blue is awesome. Definitely great blue choice here. Next we got Remoraid, who's purple. Now Now it is just a rim rate, so it's not going to go like crazy high, but still going to get some points for a good looking shiny. Auxiliary, however, I'm not the biggest fan of. I feel like there's a lot more choices they could have gone with than this color of Auxiliary. Delibird's an amazing shade of pink. I think Delibird goes right there. Mantine's like a brighter blue than normal. This shade actually works a lot better on this form than the regular form. Excuse me. Skarmory, which kind of like gets this rusted look to him, works pretty well on him. It's kind of almost like an off bronze color. Next we have Houndour, who gets a nice, lovely shade of blue. The shade of blue really does wonders for it. And then Mega Houndoom looks sick in this form. It literally looks like a Hellhound. It literally wins the shiny game for all that it does for it. And then same with regular Houndoom, that blue works for him pretty well. Not as well as the Mega, but still works pretty dang well for him. Next up we got Kingdra, who's got a nice shade of purple, which thankfully makes up for the Seadra misfortuneness that happened. So I don't know what happened with Seadra, but it just didn't work out. Next up we got Phanpy, who's got like a different colored nose, so I mean it's slightly noticeable, but it's not like crazy. Donphan's gold looks really good. I like Dolphin shiny. I think if I was going to say anything, I just wish the actual color of his body was just a tad bit different, but overall it works for him. Porygon 2, just similar to Porygon, just an amazing shade of blue. This actually works a lot better on Porygon 2 than it did on Porygon. So I'm going to say he goes maybe like right there. Join that blue group right there. Stantler's like a green. This green works a little bit better than most of the greens, but it's not the greatest choice, I guess, in the world. Smeargle with the pink, or sorry, not pink, red on his tail, and slightly different coloring on his skin is noticeable, but it is just a Smeargle. Tyrogue blue looks awesome. I like what they did with Tyrogue here. Wish it kind of followed a little bit more into the Hitmonchan line. And then Hitmontop having pink. He got the skin tone of Tyrogue, but wish it was more of a hot pink, I guess, to be honest. Because it just didn't look as great. Smoochum's like a light pink. Somewhat indistinguishable, but it's there. Alakid is like a darker yellow. Really, I mean, it is noticeable, but again, not great. Magby is like an orangish color. Works pretty well with his shiny, actually, so I think he's gonna go right there. These baby Pokemon. Miltank blue, gotta love blue milk. The shade works pretty decently well on Miltank. Blissey, for whatever reason, didn't get like anything handed to it. It's like a slightly like lighter shade of its coloring. I mean, it's better than some of these, but again, wish it got some of what it got. Raikou looks awesome and it's shiny. It's got like orange, the mane being a little bit off yellow. It's a really nice looking shiny for sure. Raikou is. Really, I think it's going to go right there. Entei to me looks really good too. There's something about it that bugs me, and I think it's like his chest area. The grays and stuff like that work really well, but I think I just want something differently there. Maybe if it just made it look more like an older, wiser Pokemon, it would give it a little bit more points. And then Suicune's blue is a very nice shade of blue. Definitely gives out the water vibes. I wish there was, I guess, since the other one's got so much colors, I just do wish there was a little bit more colors going on with him. But it's still not a bad shiny. Larvitar in his purple is very noticeable. Very cute Pokemon for sure, too. Pupitar's purple is a very amazing shade of purple. This is like probably the best shade of purple here. Where it falls in line, though, is going to be a good question. Maybe like right there. It is just a Pupitar. And then Tyranitar really just has a purple stomach. So, I mean, it's noticeable, but it's not like a drastic change. So I'm going to just say right just barely above Pupitar, and then regular Tyranitar is even, I mean, really, these are just kind of the same Pokemon. That one's just got a little bit more purple going on, so that's why I gave him a little bit more props, but I do like Pupitar's more than Tyranitars. Lugia looking pink. It's a very noticeable, nice, shiny. I wish, I guess, probably it was just a different shade of pink, but again, this is not terrible. Or if we were like ultra wishing, make it like the Shadow Lugia, you know, type of a deal. Ho-Oh and its golden rainbow. I feel at times I thought it looked a lot better. I thought for some reason and its tail was a different color, but this is not a bad looking shiny. I remember it differently for some reason. And then last, but certainly not least, is this pink Celebi. Very nice shade of pink. Not the greatest shade of pink, but it's still a very nice shade of pink. I think, honestly, we'll go right here above Tyranitar. And now we have finished Gen 2 with still Mega Venusaur in last, and Mega Charizard Y in first. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. Be sure you did hit that like button and subscribe if you are new here. It really does help out the channel more than you ever do know. We'll be back for part 3 some point, in the future. Hope you guys will enjoy that. Other than that, guys, though, this is going to be the Modern Gamer, signing out. Kaka.